What's up, you guys? I am hanging out in Beaver Creek, Colorado. This place is gorgeous.
We are over 8,000 feet up in the Colorado Rocky Mountains.
The oxygen is thin and my brain is feeling it.
And we are giving you an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at Elevation Beaver Creek. This is a whole new, incredibly unique festival experience brought to you by Live in the Vineyard and Luke Casey. Elevation is truly unique amongst the bustling music festival scene, and what makes it that way is the intimacy of it all. The musical artist's personal interests, hobbies, and talents are taken into account while the festival gets planned. That magic gets distilled into one-of-a-kind activities and excursions with the artists for the festival goers. Today, we're tasting wines from Cakebread Cellars and sitting down with Charley Crockett at the Four Eagle Ranch. Stay tuned!
What's up, you guys? We are at Elevation. It is Monday morning and we are doing a wine tasting with Cakebread Cellars. Thank you, Misty, Mike. Super stoked about this.
Hashtag day drinking. Let's go.
Let's get started, y'all.
We'll start out with the 2020 Chardonnay, which is grown on the Carneros hillsides, which is a cooler growing region. We have at Cakebread, we started growing Chardonnay back in 1973, which was our first vintage. Cheers. Always have to do a toast first.
Do we do this with wine? I don't know.
Yeah, here we go, Mike. So what do you think?
I think it's very fruit forward. I'm not good at tasting notes, but I can definitely get that apple pear thing. And clean, would that be a word for it?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And this wine was aged for 8 months. So it's really, really nice in a pretty 33% new French oak. So it gives you a really, really nice flavor profile.
Yeah, I was gonna
great
ask
with food.
If that, I don't even know the words to use. If that oaky, I think it's oaky thing, if that's from the newer barrels or the older barrels, or how that works exactly.
Yeah, so the oaky undertones, a lot of the new French oak provides some of that toasty quality to the wine.
Toasty, that's a good word for it.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then about 4% of this wine goes through malolactic fermentation, which is almost that smooth coat that you can take on your palate.
Learning.
And
awesome.
you mentioned, you picked up some apples in this tasting of this wine, and you got a little bit of pear, so that's great. It's always fun when you try wine to see what type of taste you pull out of this.
Yeah.
I get a lot of white peach as well, but a lot of ripe apple as well.
For sure. I love it. The tartness of it, it's great.
Yeah, this wine here is about 88% Cabernet, and it is aged for 17 months in 50% new French oak. So it gives it that oak characteristics, and then the neutral oak also adds to the texture and complements the wine really fantastic.
Awesome.
It's 88% Cabernet, so it's a Cabernet wine, but to help balance the wine, and we really strive to create the highest quality wine with very consistent taste profile. And so with that, we use different blending components.
Gotcha.
So almost like a cook in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So they have different spices that they can use. We have different varietals that we can use
Amazing.
to make to enhance the wine profile.
I can taste the oak in this too, and I don't know if it's just because you said that or if I actually can, but it's really neat. Thank you for walking me through this stuff.
Yeah, and I love the rich berry flavors that you pull out of this wine, rich boysenberry and
boysenberry.
Yes. Yeah. We're in the mountains, so there's a lot of berries up here in the mountains. Mm-hmm. So this is a great wine to enjoy year round. One of my favorites.
It's so yummy.
One of the really important things that the Cakebread family really stresses is all of our wines pair beautifully with food, and it was part of the Cakebread history. Dolores, when she first started making wines, she would oftentimes have to lean on the help of neighbors and friends because it's a huge job. You have to harvest, you have to label bottles. So she would invite friends and family out, the Cakebread family would, and then after from a hospitality perspective, she always had, coffee and pastries in the morning, and then really nice farm-to-table lunches for all of the family and friends that were helping, and she did that to keep them coming out and help them. And
that's
then
how I get people to help me move too. Pizza and beer, y'all.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, that's incredible, for real.
And then at the winery, we've carried on that tradition. So we still have a lot of food and wine. We have a culinary garden. where we
Cool.
grow local produce, and it's included in all of our food and wine pairings, because what's better than produce grown at the same property incorporated into the wine
totally here for
pairings.
that. It sounds like I'm gonna have to go to Napa and just like visit you guys there. I have to come check that out. Have some food with this. Yeah.
We'll be right back with more from Cakebread Cellars after these messages. Let's jump back into the Cakebread Cellars wine tasting.
So as Misty pours the third wine, a unique story about this is actually called our Dancing Bear Cabernet. And you go, wow, why do you call it Dancing Bear? In the Napa Valley, there's an area called Howell Mountain. This is on the eastern side of the valley. And we have a vineyard that's at the very top. And we spent a lot of money planting it. And then right before harvest, we'd noticed that many grapes were missing. And we were like, what? Why are we losing grapes? So we put some cameras up there, and then we realized bears were coming out at night and were eating the grapes. So now we have to figure out a way to prevent that from happening. One of the ways we do it is we were blasting music at night. I mean, to try to scare them, because sometimes you hear these like gunshot sounds. We didn't want to do that. We said, well, just play some music, maybe Journey,
Yes.
at the vineyard. And one night, as we're videotaping it with the music blasting, literally you see the bears kind of moving around. And were they dancing? Not sure, but there was a lot of movement. And so we decided to name the vineyard after that activity by those bears
I
one
love it.
evening.
I love
And
it.
so we
That's
still
wonderful.
have that same issue. Bears are still working their way
Stealing
into
your
the
grapes.
vineyards, and we're still playing music to try to scare them away.
Do they have a favorite or least favorite genre? I'm just curious.
Yeah, heavy metal doesn't work as much with them.
Oh, they like it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
I mean,
don't.
no, that doesn't seem to scare them as much. Oddly enough, country and Journey.
Yeah, the family actually tested different music genres.
That's amazing.
So fun.
I want to taste this Dancing Bear again.
Yes, I love the rich aromas. And from the volcanic soil, you might pick up a little hint of minerality in this wine.
Okay. Yeah.
The fun thing about wine is, like you might be at home and just, be thinking, oh, geez, I don't pick that up in wine, but that's fine. And oftentimes it just goes back. It's like your memory bank of different tastes is what helps you on your wine journey.
That's awesome. I mean, we can always default back to yummy though.
Yes,
always yummy.
There you go. There you go. Yummy is fantastic.
A lot of people think the word Cakebread was like conceived out of some marketing laboratory, but in reality, it's the last name of Jack and Dolores Cakebread. And Jack Cakebread was an auto mechanic. Had a family-run auto mechanic business in Oakland, California. And his hobby was not wine. His hobby was photography. So every summer he would go to Yosemite. He would take his family to Yosemite, and he would take a class from a very famed photographer, Ansel Adams. And one year, Ansel Adams said, I need someone to help me go up and photograph the 10 most famous vintners in Napa Valley. And Jack raised his hand and said, I'd love to do that with you. So they go up to Napa, they're contracted to photograph the 10 most famous winemakers. They have one day to do it. The day is getting too long, they're running behind schedule, and Ansel Adams says, why don't you go photograph number 10? The least important of the top 10, which happened to be Robert Mondavi.
Oh,
So
wow.
Jack goes over, knocks on Robert Mondavi's house, says, I'm here to photograph you. And Robert says, oh, by the way, if you're ever interested in the wine business, right across the street is a property that would be ideal for growing grapes. Right now, there's just cattle running around it. So Jack took note of that, finished up his photography, ran up to the top of the valley to meet with the #1 photographer or winemaker in the world, and said, hey, Andrei Chelichev, what do you think of this property that's right across the street from Robert Mondavi? And he says, it would be perfect for growing grapes. So Jack,
Amazing.
literally driving home, knocks on the door of that house, says, if you ever want to sell your property, I'd like to buy it. The next day they called and said, sure.
Oh my
He
gosh.
literally used the little check that he got from the photography session, $2,500, as the down payment. And he went from being an auto mechanic into the wine business because of that day photographing vintners with Ansel Adams.
Amazing.
So, pretty amazing
How was
story.
Mondavi number 10 out of every? I mean,
Well, at that moment in time, back,
That's
this
fair.
is
Things
way
change, I
back.
guess.
Yeah, obviously
You
Robert
came from-
Mondavi was one of the pioneers of the wine industry and helped put Napa on the map, no question
yeah,
about it.
I was going to
But,
say that he's like one of the biggest
you know,
names out
absolutely. At that time, he had just started his business, but So Jack and Dolores, gave up the mechanics business in Oakland and took wine on, as their passion. So they completely changed careers in their mid-40s. And next year we celebrate our 50th anniversary. And
That is so cool.
2 years ago they celebrated their 70th year of being married. So
Oh,
so
amazing.
so it's a great story, and very proud to be associated with them.
Yeah. Well, Misty,
Well,
Mike, thank
hey,
you so much.
Super fun.
It's been
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you,
Right.
thank you.
Yes.
Y'all pick
Enjoyed
up
it.
some cake bread.
After the break, we'll talk to Charley Crockett at the Four Eagle Ranch. What's up, you guys? We are out at Four Eagle Ranch in Wolcott, Colorado. This is the final event of the Elevation Beaver Creek Festival. Super excited to talk to Charley Crockett today. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
My pleasure, for sure. So you were described as, I had to write this down because it's too beautiful for me to try to summarize. Texas Monthly's John Spong described you as the current generation's single greatest champion of real deal, old school, gut punch country music. And I couldn't agree more.
I can't believe he said that. I'm going to call him.
No, trust. I've been following you for a minute.
Hi.
So the man from Waco, I want to talk about a few bits and pieces with this. So if you can tell us a little bit about, what is the direction with that? I am so excited about it.
Always wanted to make a full length Western, just one that I directed myself, or kind of bring an idea of mine to fruition. And honestly, we didn't have a lot of time, and we threw that trailer together rather quickly, probably pretty similar to how some of those B Westerns probably got made back in the day. But one day I'd like to take the album and make it into a feature-length film.
That's kind of what I was hoping to hear.
Yeah.
I just love the aesthetic of what you guys are doing. Very B Western, some of my favorite movies. So
That's me. I'm a B Western, and I like B Westerns, because it's like I like when people make art with the least amount of tools.
So this is your 12th album in 7 years. Is this something like you just sit down and you bang out an album, or is this music that you've been saving up and are just kind of releasing as time goes on? Both?
I got more stuff I'm coming up with than I could possibly record. I think people that create art, I think you change rather quickly with inspiration, and I want to get it all out there. I want to leave as much of it behind as I can, and not because I'm trying to, get all this quantity out there, because, there's not a lot that I'm good at. This is one thing that I can do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
More with Charley Crockett after these messages. Let's jump back into the interview with Charley Crockett. I want to know if there was anyone out there that you could play with, just a bucket list collaboration. Who would that be?
I'll always want to play with Loretta Lynn,
Oh, well,
who just passed.
yeah.
One of my biggest influences.
Yeah. I linked to you in our tribute this morning. I don't know if you check your social media.
Is that right?
But, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
You're-
She to me is the greatest of all the country queens. And then somebody else that I really, really want to play with, who kind of is the way that I started writing songs, would be Bob Dylan.
Let's say, instead of this music thing, you decided to become a pro wrestler. What would your walkout song be?
It would be this Sly Stone song called Underdog.
I'm here for that.
That would be my number.
I'm here for it. Yeah, dig that. What was the first album you ever bought?
You know what? The first album that I've ever purchased was a B.B. King Greatest Hits CD. I still have that. B.B. King CD.
Awesome. That's really cool.
And I thought I had lost it, but I was at my mama's not too far back, and I found it in like a shoebox. And I love B.B. King even more than I did back then.
Yeah, he's just one of those timeless folks.
That's right.
I think we're going to be showing your video for I'm Just a Clown. I am obsessed with it. I want to know who played brass on that. I know that your guy on keys plays the trumpet in the video. I'm a brass gal.
I just want to know who you used for that.
Yeah, well, that's the guy in my band. His name's Cullen Fox. He's kind of our utility man. He plays a lot of instruments, plays all the keys, and he can do banjo and accordion and mandolin and of course, trumpet.
Awesome. It sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I appreciate brass in any context, and when it pops up in my favorite brand of country, that makes me very happy. So good work,
Well,
sir.
it ruffles some people's feathers, but I don't mind.
I'm here to ruffle feathers.
I believe that.
Well, that one has racked up at this point 1.2 million YouTube views. It's been 2 months. By the time this airs, I'm sure that will have doubled. But yeah, let's take a look at the video, y'all.
Circus is coming through. Everybody knows that when you purchase a ticket, you expect to get a show. Take a look at me. I'm just a clown, and on my face I wear a frown. The cost to hang around, so take a look at me. I'm just a clown. The Joker stands in the middle and turns a trick for you, because sometimes you know it's better to be thought of as a fool. Take a look at me. I'm just a clown, and on my face I wear a frown. I've paid the cost to hang around, so take a look at me. I'm just a clown. Say, I guess my clothes give me away. All of my friends have disappeared. You know it makes me wonder if I was ever here. Take a look at me. I'm just a clown, and on my face I wear a frown. I've paid the cost. Hang around, so take a look at me. I'm just a clown.
Be sure to tune in next week. We'll be bringing you even more from Elevation Beaver Creek. We'll be talking with Stephanie Quayle, Dylan Scott, and Nate Smith. See you then.
good.